Whoever decided that May would be a good time for Mother's Day was on target. A wonderful time to celebrate the gift of mothers, springtime. All right, we'll open up your Bibles there to the book of Judges. We have made it in our walkthrough of the Old Testament to the dark and depressing days of the Judges. Now, the Judges aren't so much dark and depressing. They're the deliverers. There's a bright spot here in these centuries that Israel lived in the land after Joshua's victories. But what we see in the book of Judges, as you see on your handout, if you take a look at the top of your handout, you see the summary statement there. What we see in the book of Judges is a spiritual tragedy. The tragedy of the book of Judges begins to fulfill the prophecies of Deuteronomy about Israel's unfaithfulness in the land of promise. This repeated cycle of sin, oppression, and deliverance demonstrates Israel's need for a righteous king. Now, one thing I want to say here from the outset is that Israel already had a righteous king, the Lord. We'll see that emphasized throughout the Old Testament, not only in Judges, but also in 1 Samuel, that when God does give the people a king, it's not because they haven't had a king, it's because they haven't been following their king, who is the Lord. And the people needed a mediator between the Lord and the people. They needed a son of God, so to speak, who would be king over the people of Israel, who would do everything that the true king, the Lord in heaven, wanted to be done for his people, that he had redeemed the people of Israel. And so, as we go through the book of Judges and we have the emphasis on the transition from the period of Judges to the Kings,